Hi guys, Dad and Ethan again. We're out checking out the garden. It got kind of dilapidated over the course of our vacation. Didn't have any neglect. It kind of reminds me of the Bible verse that says, "A child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame." It's kind of like the garden. The garden will bring you to shame if it's left to itself as well. We got some squash and zucchini. Ethan's trying to get some ragweed. Our ragweed crop's doing a lot better than our squash crop, isn't it, Ethan?
Yes, every year.
Every year. Yeah, they're kind of poor, but they're under these big trees. And we usually plant like shaded stuff, lettuce and peas and things of that nature that
we usually
isn't going to be affected by the shade of these big walnuts. But however it worked out, we just got these in. The boys did a little bit yesterday. Ethan's got Ethan's got some watermelon here that are just starting out, and then he started cleaning up his row of corn. Got a row there, a row there, bunch of watermelon.
These two rows didn't do anything while we were gone. They didn't even sprout. So I just cleared all of this, most of it.
Corn didn't even come up, huh? Got a little row of corn there. It's pretty sad looking. Sweet corn's starting to put on a few tassels and look a little bit like something. I saw a variety of sweet corn the other day I was watching a Garden of Eden video, and the guy talked about starting to get some sunflower heads. The guy talked about a variety of corn that takes 60 days, a sweet corn. It's real short and small and quick, so I'm gonna try to hunt that down, because most corn's more like 90 or 100 days.
Last time
if I'm not mistaken.
The other day I accidentally hit a turtle with the hoe.
You hit a turtle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, this corn's still growing.
Yeah, we need to hoe that.
It's about almost dry.
Yeah, there's a row of corn right through here we gotta expose. And then we should have one coming through there that we replanted.
We gotta get rid of all that stuff, orange stuff over there.
Yeah,
we had it in our chicken fence, and it killed a lot of stuff in there.
Chickens. Jacob was home over vacation. Apparently let the dog loose, and most all of our chickens, all our laying hens and everything was dead when we came back. Pretty disappointing.
Besides one of Dad's laying hens and my biggest.
So we got this. Potatoes are going to making heads and dying out, turning yellow. I dug one
over here is all the way. These two. Well, yeah, this row's done. Like all the blooms on it are gone. We just have to.
I did an experiment. Eric Hale, I think is his YouTube channel. He told us about doing some wood ashes. So for the first 10 feet of this row, I put ashes in there, and they do look bigger and healthier than these other two. I've heard that the potassium helps with the root growth, but we're going to see how that experiment comes out when we dig them up. We dug some up the other day, and they're just little soup potatoes, about an inch across.
They're not ripe until the plant just dies fully.
Yeah.
But last year we just
hopefully we'll get a little bit of potatoes, but we'll see how that comes up. We'll go on up and look at the other garden by the house. So here we've got some tomatoes starting to come on. There's some there, there's some there, there's some there, and there. We gotta get these dudes staked up. The boys came out and pulled a bunch of weeds, a bunch in right there and there. The boys came out and weeded yesterday, and now they're a little bit spindly and falling over. Got cucumbers starting to come on here. Bunch of cucumbers. I don't remember what this was. Ethan, do you remember what these plants were?
Yeah, I keep them.
Brussels sprouts?
Yes,
Brussels sprouts in there. Got some broccoli over there. Cabbage. No cows to eat the cabbage this year, so it's starting to put some good heads on. More tomatoes. And a bunch of cucumbers along the edge of the garden. Cucumber there. Got a lot of weeding to do to catch back up. If anybody's new to gardening, you gotta remember when the weeds get around like this, real thick, if you go through and weed out a whole bunch right away, you'll sunburn your plants and they'll either die out or get close to dying out. So you gotta be real careful with that. These are gonna be loaded with cucumbers here in a minute.
Oh, I learned that you're not supposed to water.
What are these here, Ethan? They look like zucchini in there.
No, they're not zucchini. Like the bottoms look like they would be a zucchini, but
Look at that dark green look like a zucchini. Is it a summer squash?
Yes.
I know these are summer squash. They'll be putting on here. Where's that one that had the squash on?
You know, there's 2 squash there.
First squashes of the year. So we may. Oh yeah, Ethan's got a
Watermelon here.
a big bed of cilantro here, big bunch of onions, and then Ethan's got carrots planted back in the
I've
back.
done no weeding. I've just done weeding around my bed. I've done no weeding inside of it.
He tilled in a bunch of sand into that bed and made him a carrot bed. So we'll see how this turns out. It's not supposed to be the garden spot, so we didn't put a ton of effort into this spot this year. This is supposed to be yard, but we dumped manure into it 2 years in a row, so we're hoping to.
We're already getting a good amount of grass here.
Yeah, we don't want the grass, do we? Not right now.
Yeah.
But anyhow, guys, that's our garden update. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs
the
up.
grass. We gotta show them the grass.
Yeah, our grass is coming up. Might as well show the grass. We put in a lot of grass seed, and last year this was hard packed clay, and we got that little area seeded in and it was growing.
Yeah, all this light green grass is not